Welcome to today's edition of the Rush 24/7 podcast.
And greetings to you, music lovers, thrill seekers, and conversationalists all across the fruited plain. Time for broadcast excellence on Friday.
Live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
Open Line Friday, one of our favorite days of the busy broadcast week, ladies and gentlemen, because during the week, Monday through Thursday, when we go to the phones, you have to talk about things I care about. Because I don't want to sit here and be bored. Because if I'm bored, everybody will be bored, and nobody wants to listen to anything that's boring. That's why on Friday is such a great career risk. Because on Friday we'll take calls from anybody about anything. I don't have to care about it. It's a little present, if you will. I give you people a chance to talk about whatever you want. A great opportunity. And if I don't care about it, I'll either act like I do, i.e. fake it, or who knows what. But I always look forward to it because sometimes it features a lot of surprises. I've always said the purpose of callers, and this is one of these things from the earliest days, the nitpicking critics would harp on this and misrepresent it on purpose, getting it totally wrong on purpose. I have always said that, by the way, I got a note from someone. I don't know what this is about. Somebody sent me a note saying nobody recognizes Oprah without the wig and the makeup. What is that about? Is there a picture of Oprah out there that I don't know about? Or is she in a movie where she doesn't look like herself? I don't know. Yeah, some people send me emails. See, everybody assumes I know everything. So they send me these notes sometimes, and I don't know what they're talking about. Sometimes I get emails without any data in them. And so I've been perplexed by this for the last 20 minutes. And I just saw it again. Anyway, what I've always said, the purpose of a caller is to make the host look good. And if you strip it down to the bare essence, that's, of course, being brutally honest and true. But it's for the sake of the show. And it does not mean, so this is where the media always took it out of context. On purpose, never listening to the real explanation. Making the host look good does not mean lavish praise. It does not mean sucking up. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is inspiring. Making the host look good is something that, a call that excites the host, and the host really comes to life. Somebody who inspires or spurs the already ample brain of the host. Now, frankly, folks, to be quite honest, there aren't very many hosts out there who can be such inspired. Their callers know more than they do. But that's not the case here. So I always look forward to it because you never, ever know what you're going to get. The telephone number is 800-282-2882 and the email address lrushmo@eibnet.com. So I was going through the show prep today, and you know what I find myself doing? And I have to catch myself. I'm throwing more stuff away. And as I'm halfway to the trash container here where I throw things, and the way this show gets prepped, I constantly am reading. When I read something I like, I print it to my studio printer, and then I forget about it. Wherever I am, the afternoon or night, I print to the studio printer, and once I have printed it, I forget it. Because I'm confident that when I go in the next day and collect the things from the printer and start going through it, I'll remember why I wanted to print it and why it was a possibility for the stack of stuff. I find myself lately throwing more stuff away. And I caught myself on a thing today, throwing it away. And I asked myself, would you have thrown this away 10 years ago? Would you have thrown it away 15 years ago? Would you have thrown it away 1 year ago? And I stopped myself. And I put it back in the stack. And in order to illustrate what I'm talking about, I put it at the top of the stack. Now, I threw it away because it's depraved. I threw it away because it's just absolute. It just represents. It's just another example of the descent our culture is taking toward the sewer. But then I stop myself and I ask, is it really? I think it's crucial that we all ask ourselves every time we think that, is it really a crashing toward the sewer? And if it is it really new? Does it represent something that has not happened before? And the honest answer most of the time is no. It's not anything really new. I think the depths of depravity have been plunged long before today. I don't know that we're setting any new standards for depravity. I think what's happening is we're learning more and more about it. Well, up. I take that back. Television is clearly more depraved. The other day, I got to say I was surprised. The TV show Ray Donovan came up. Now I watch Ray Donovan, but I've not told anybody because I've thought that if you knew that I watched Ray Donovan, that you would think that my own morality had hit the sewer. And so I didn't mention that I watch it. And it's not about not plugging it or plug. It's not that. It's just, and I watch. It's not an appointment watch. I mean, I won't stop what I'm doing to watch it. But after I know it's aired, I never watch it live. I don't watch much of anything live anymore. But if there are a list of things on Apple TV or on the DVR to watch, it's not going to go to the top, but I will eventually watch it. And I was shocked. I really was. I probably should admit this. I was shocked to learn of the people that I think would be not just offended, but angry about such filth, loving it. Which is all good. I mean, it's these surprises, learning that you're wrong about the way you think about it, those are all good things to happen. But some of the people that I can't believe not only watch it, but like it, are the same kind of people who in the past have told me how TV needs to be cleaned up, that it's going to hell in a handbasket, all the sex, all the violence, all the crude language. Now, I guess everybody's given up. We've defined deviancy down now that we look at the entertainment value of it. Whether we think the acting's good, the writing's good, story's good, no matter the depravity, we'll watch it. And then somebody said, well, wait a minute. What's the difference in that and The Sopranos? And you loved The Sopranos. I guarantee, if you go back and you look at, and when Gandolfini passed away, I went back and I watched some Sopranos episodes from every season. And I don't think Sopranos got anywhere near this show in terms of things that happen, language. Some of the stuff, I could tell you everything that happened on The Sopranos. I would not be nervous in describing. There's not much that happened on that show I'd be afraid to recount. But there's stuff. If you haven't seen Ray Donovan, there's stuff I can't tell you without violating decency standards like crazy. So the show prep and talking about cultural things, it bothers me. And yet here I am watching this show. It bothers me. And it bothers me for the country. That's all. Like so much of what's going on does. Now, here's the story that I was going to throw away. And I didn't because something about it made me realize that it'll help me make a point that I have been making about the cultural depravity that's taking place. It's one half of the story is no big deal. It happens all the time, and it's been happening since the beginning of time. Florida man accused of killing wife. Okay, big deal. People have been killing each other since the beginning of time. What this guy did, though, it's in Miami, South Miami, a South Florida man who authorities say fatally shot his wife, was charged with first-degree murder last night after turning himself in. You know how they caught him? He posted a photo of her dead, shot-up body on Facebook. Now, I'm going through this today. It's okay, that's trash. Absolute trash. If I start talking about this, the stick to the issues crowd is going to inundate me. And then something stopped me halfway to the trash bin. And I said, no, this dovetails with precisely a point that I have been making for I don't know how many years, and that is this social media, this desire for fame, this desire to get noticed, this desire that so many people have to get on TV or to be talked about is causing some really dangerous things to happen. Miami-Dade police said in an arrest affidavit that Derek Medina, 31, said he shot his wife, Jennifer Alfonso, at their South Miami home after she said she was leaving him. She's just leaving. He's splitting. The guy apparently was a loser. When officers responded to the home, they found her body as well as her 10-year-old daughter, who was unharmed. According to the affidavit, the 6'2", 200-pound Medina, I don't know how you pronounce it, said the couple became involved in a heated argument in an upstairs bedroom when he armed himself with a gun and pointed it at her. He said that she left the bedroom, returning later to say that she was leaving him. He says that he went downstairs and confronted her in the kitchen when she began punching him. He claims he went back upstairs to get his gun and confronted her again, at which time she grabbed a knife. He said that he was able to disarm her and put the knife in a drawer, but that when she began punching him again, he shot her several times. A post on Facebook, a Facebook page, identified as Medina's, said that at 11:11 a.m. yesterday, quote, "I'm going to prison or death sentence for killing my wife. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Take care, Facebook people. You'll see me in the news." And to think I almost threw this story away because it's depraved, because it's depressing. Well, the reason I don't know this guy, and it's just one example. But look at what this social media. I really run a risk even talking about this because I'm going to come across as an old fuddy-duddy, and that's not the point. It's all about wanting a great country. It's all about wanting this country to stay great with plenty of prosperity and opportunity. And every time I see something like this, I think that there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. I just think it's unfortunate there aren't any standards here. We have so many people so obsessed with becoming famous that they're engaging in activity that ruins their lives in this quest. We have people who are destroying their own humanity. Now, some would say, Rush, don't worry about it. These same kind of people have always existed. They just destroyed themselves in different ways before this social media hit. That may be. It may be. I just think that there's a rising level of ignorance, stupidity, surfaceness, shallowness, self-absorption. And all of these things that people are pursuing happiness, but they're pursuing things that will never, ever make them happy. And they don't know that. They've got a distorted view of what will make them happy, what happiness is, and it's based on what they see on television. And that just, it makes me sad at the end of the day. And it makes me wish there was something I could do about it. And, of course, there isn't. Because we're a free country and there is free will. Anyway, this guy's post on Facebook said that his wife was punching him. He wasn't going to stand for any more abuse. However, YouTube videos linked to his Facebook page earlier this week show him working out in a martial arts studio, punching and kicking a heavy bag. And then the next and final post at 11:11 a.m. titled "Rip Jennifer Alfonso" was a gruesome photograph showing a woman in a black leotard slumped on the floor. She looked like she'd fallen backwards, her legs bent to her sides, blood on her left arm and left cheek. The photo was up for more than 5 hours before Facebook removed the page late yesterday afternoon. The obsession people have with sharing everything, becoming famous, and now this guy even says it. You guys take care, you Facebook people. You're going to see me on the news. You're going to see my dead wife's body on the news. You're going to see that on Facebook. I'll do anything I can to get noticed. And these people, I guess, these are the people electing Democrats if they vote. Now, one more thing from this article about this Medina guy, the guy that killed his wife and put the picture on Facebook. On his Facebook page, Medina claimed to be a supervisor at a property management company and to have appeared in the Miami-based crime drama Burn Notice. Though his name doesn't appear to be in any of the credits for the program. He's out there bragging. I was on TV. I was on Burn Notice. Look, I killed my wife. I put her picture on Facebook. Hey, Facebook friends, I'll be seeing you later. You'll be seeing a lot of me. Now, my brother David sent me a note. He says, you're right about one thing, wrong about the other. We're experiencing no greater depravity today than ever. It's the same. I guess human nature is human nature. And then he said, I think there is a striking difference now in America in that our politically correct liberal culture is condoning and glorifying all of this and calling it tolerance. And you know, that is right. That sort of rings the bell for me. That's what it is. It's not that it's happening. It's always happened. This kind of depravity. It's there's nothing new since Genesis. You've heard the old thing. Yeah, that's what is bothering me is that it doesn't bother as many people. The old Moynihan, the defining deviancy down business. And we end up condoning this stuff. And if we don't condone it, we glorify it because the left wants to take every one of these acts of depravity and use it to advance their agenda or an element of their agenda, such as guns or what have you. And it's all called, we have to understand the rage, it said. We have to be tolerant of people who have come from unfortunate, low-class socioeconomic circumstances. And it's called tolerance and acceptance and understanding, rather than some of this stuff being condemned and dealt with. And that's what's disturbing. And then when you add to it that the secular left, the people that traffic and love immorality, love throwing standards out the window. They don't want any standards. That's exactly what it is. It is the lack of being shocked, the lack of revulsion, and even the laughing at and acceptance of this stuff that's